Well, hello everybody, it's Keagan here. I'm back with another video for you guys. And welcome to a very special episode of Keagan's Movie Reviews. And why is this a very special episode, you might ask? Well, in case you didn't notice by the thumbnail, today this is going to be my 100th movie review episode. Yep, I've now officially made 100 movie reviews at this point. Although this is probably not the 100th movie I've reviewed, because I've reviewed more than one movie in some videos, but yeah, I probably reviewed more than 100 movies at this point. But hey, this is my 100th episode. And to celebrate this milestone, I've decided to review one of the most beloved films from not only the 1990s, but one of the most beloved films of all time. And for a long time, this movie in question was my number one favorite movie of all time before Donnie Darko took that title. And I know some of you are probably thinking, shouldn't you review Donnie Darko instead? Well, I already reviewed Donnie Darko 47 episodes ago. Yeah, that's a long story, and we're not going to get into that in this video. But anyways, the film in question I'm going to be talking about is the 1994 film, The Shawshank Redemption. And this film is based on a short story written by Stephen King titled Rita Hayworth in The Shawshank Redemption, which was originally published back in 1982. I've never read the short film that it was based on, but maybe someday I'll check it out. And this film was written and directed by Frank Darabont, who also directed The Green Mile, which I'll probably talk about someday, which, ironically enough, that's another film based on a Stephen King novel. And this film was released on September 23rd, 1994. And despite the film being a box office flop, the film did get some critical acclaim, despite its being a flop. Although the film got more success later on in the home video releases since the film's release in theaters, and is regarded as by many as to being one of the greatest films of all time. And as of this video, it is currently the highest rated film on IMDb of all time, unless anything else takes that title. But I kind of doubt that at this point. So let's not waste any more time. Let's talk about the story of the film, and we'll give my initial opinions on this film. Although it doesn't really need much of an introduction. But anyways, let's take a dive into The Shawshank Redemption. The storyline for this film really needs no introduction. The film is told over the course of 20 years between 1947 and 1967. It follows a banker named Andy Dufresne, played by Tim Robbins. And Andy goes from being a successful banker to a prison inmate after he was found guilty of murdering his wife and lover and given a life sentence without the possibility of parole and shipped off to Shawshank State Prison. But here's the twist. Andy didn't actually murder his wife and lover. He was accused of the crime. And despite not actually committing the crime, he was there moments before it happened and left behind a broken glass of whiskey and some bullets from a gun he was going to use, but he backed out the last minute before the crime actually happened. And unfortunately for Andy, those pieces of evidence that were wrongly linking him to the crime led the public to believe that he was the one that did the crime. And because of that, Andy was given a life sentence without the possibility of parole and sent off to Shawshank State Prison, where his life would be going from bad to worse. And it all seems that the world has gone to shit for him. From being beaten and assaulted from other prisoners and abusive prison inmates and a very corrupted prison warden, it all seems like the rest of his life is going to be a living hell for Andy. But he doesn't give up hope. He befriends a lot of the other prisoners in the prison, including one character named Red, played by Morgan Freeman, who was the narrator of the film. And Red is a longtime prisoner serving a life sentence with a chance of parole, but his parole gets rejected several times throughout the film. And at this point, Red has basically given up hope of ever getting out of prison. But Andy shows Red and the other inmates that Andy is basically trying to show all the other inmates that either if they're serving a life sentence or several years in prison, that there's still good in the world. There's still compassion in the world, especially if you're serving a life sentence in prison. And he's basically just trying to give all the other prisoners a good spirit, like a sense of good in prison, something like that. Well, that's how I can describe it, at least. And without giving away too much, that's basically the storyline of the film in a nutshell. Well, I'm sure everyone has seen this film at least once in their life. Even if you're not a big movie person, you perhaps may have seen this film on TV as well, because this movie airs on TV a lot, on AMC and channels like that. And no one can really deny it. It is a timeless classic. It is a truly beautiful film and just a wonderfully acted film. And it's hard to believe a film like this never got a single Oscar nom. Believe it or not, it never got an Oscar nom as far as I know. But it's a truly fantastic film. The music in this film is fantastic. All the performances were excellent, especially from Morgan Freeman and Tim Robbins. And it's sad, it's uplifting, it's just a phenomenal film. Even if you've never seen it, you perhaps maybe have heard of it. But if you've never seen The Shawshank Redemption, I would highly recommend you check it out. This is a film I never get tired of watching. And for a long time, this was my favorite film of all time before Donnie Darko took that title. Well, this is still one of my all-time favorite movies. This is my second favorite film, to be exact. But if you've never seen The Shawshank Redemption, I highly recommend it. It really needs no introduction. It's just a classic film, and it's just a fantastic movie. It's one of the greatest films ever made. And it's hard to decide what my favorite movie from 1994 would be, because 1994 was such a fantastic year for films. This was the same year where films like Forrest Gump, Pulp Fiction, and other great films were released. But it's hard, you can't deny that this is a fantastic film. There's many essays on the film you could find on the internet, from YouTube and stuff like that. But this is not going to really be an essay on this film, but there's a lot of great essays on this film. But at the end of the day, The Shawshank Redemption is a timeless classic, and it's a film that will never get old and will always be a timeless classic for generations to come. And even 28, almost 29 years after this film was released, it's still a fantastic film. But if you've never seen The Shawshank Redemption, I highly recommend you check it out. And it's just a fantastic movie. I'm sure a lot of you have seen it, but if you've never seen it, definitely check it out. But anyways, I don't have anything else to add, so I'm just going to give The Shawshank Redemption a 10 out of 10. Yep, that is the first film I've ever rated 10 out of 10. I probably should have given Donnie Darko a 10 out of 10 on my Donnie Darko review, but oh well. That's another fantastic film. So yeah, that's going to be it for this review. Well guys, that wraps up another edition of Keagan's Movie Reviews. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed it, as always, feel free to leave a like, leave a comment below, subscribe for more videos like this, turn on notifications, and share the video with your friends, family, or whoever. And follow me on my other social medias. The links are in the description down below, like they always are. And comment below, what are you guys' thoughts on this movie? I'd be glad to hear it. And I want to thank you guys all for the support you guys have given me these past 100 episodes. I really appreciate it. And to 100 more episodes to come. And more episodes coming in the future. But once again, thank you guys for all the support on this series so far. And yeah, so that's all I really have to say. So thanks again for watching. Hope you guys have a great day. And until next time, this is Keagan Shepherd signing off. Thanks for watching. And I will see you guys in the next video. Have a great day, everybody. Peace out.